So in today's video, we're going to be discussing the difference between the 9mm Largo and the 9mm. To help demonstrate this, I have a few different guns I've pulled out. This is a Star Modelo Super. These were made in the 40s. Spanish law enforcement. They're made up until I believe the 70s or 80s. Also have the Star Model BM. These were made in, I believe, the 70s to 90s. Both Spanish guns. This one is going to be chambered in the 9mm Largo, and this one in the modern 9mm. So the key difference, as you can see here, the 9mm Largo is a little bit longer. They do typically have heavier grains. These are 124 to 125 grain. These typically are 115. Although modern ammunition has way more customization. But these Super Modelos, they're based roughly off the 1911 design. The difference being that the trigger is a hinge trigger. As you can see, it hinges upon firing. Ergonomics, all pretty much the same as the 1911. For being 75 years old, this has a pretty crisp trigger, pretty smooth. Pretty cool piece of surplus history. These model BMs are chambered in the 9mm. Again, you can see the hinge trigger. The trigger is hinging. This trigger is a little heavier, not quite as crisp. This one, in my opinion, is quite a bit better. But it's pretty sad. You used to see these surplus pistols every gun shop, super cheap, kind of getting a little bit harder to find. But I have a 1911 here, just to show some comparisons. The grip width is a lot different. This is missing the grip safety. But again, the key difference, you get that 1911 trigger. Super awesome. But again, this ammo, I would say I think it developed in the early 1900s till about the 80s. You can see this was made from back in the 70s. So this box is 50 years old. We just switched to modern rounds. So this 9mm is typically the most, I'd say, popular handgun round in the world for a lot of reasons, but again, these Spanish surplus pistols are really cool. Neat piece of history. So if you didn't understand the difference between the 9mm and the 9mm Largo, at least now you do.